Hello, dog lovers! Have you ever noticed how your dog places a paw on you at the most unexpected moments? Perhaps when you are watching television, or when you are preparing dinner, or even when you are simply sitting and looking at your phone? This small gesture may mean much more than it seems at first glance. Welcome to the amazing world of canine communication. In today's video, we will explore the subtleties of paw language and find out what your pet really wants to say when placing its paw on you. If you're interested in better understanding your four-legged friend and learning to read their signals, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss new videos about dog behavior and psychology. Believe me, understanding your pet's language can significantly improve your relationship and make your life together even more harmonious. Dogs are amazing creatures. They cannot speak our language, but they have found many ways to communicate with us. Body language, looks, sounds, and of course, touches. These are all parts of a complex communication system that dogs have developed over thousands of years living alongside humans. And one of the most expressive and meaningful gestures is the touch of a paw. First, let us talk about how dogs generally use their bodies for communication. Unlike humans, who rely primarily on words, dogs communicate predominantly through body language. Every movement of the tail, position of the ears, tilt of the head, all of this carries certain information. Scientists studying animal behavior have established that dogs can convey more than 100 different signals through their bodies. It is a kind of dance in which every movement has meaning. Paws play a special role in this dance. They not only allow the dog to move, but also serve as a tool for interacting with the surrounding world. Dogs use their paws to explore objects, express emotions, and, especially important for us, communicate with their human companions. Touching with a paw is a direct way to get your attention, and dogs have mastered this art perfectly. One of the most common reasons why a dog might place a paw on you is the desire to attract attention. Imagine the situation. You are sitting on the couch, immersed in a book or movie, and suddenly you feel a gentle touch on your arm or leg. Looking down, you see the attentive eyes of your pet, and its paw is resting on you. This is nothing other than a polite way of saying, "Hey, I am here. Pay attention to me." Interestingly, many dogs first try more subtle ways to attract attention: looks, quiet whimpering, or just sitting nearby. If these methods do not work, they move on to a more direct approach, touching with a paw. This shows how smart our pets are. They understand that physical contact is harder to ignore. However, a paw touch does not always mean a request for attention. Often, it is an expression of affection and love. Dogs are social animals, and physical contact is an important way for them to strengthen bonds. When your pet places a paw on you during rest, or when you are already paying attention to it, it is probably just saying, "I love you," or "I feel good with you." Research shows that during positive interaction with the owner, dogs experience increased levels of oxytocin, a hormone associated with forming attachments and a sense of well-being. The same hormone is released in humans when we hug loved ones or pet our animals. So when your dog places a paw on you, it may be its way of hugging you and strengthening your emotional connection. There is yet another interesting explanation for this behavior. In dog packs, touching with a paw can be a way of establishing hierarchy. When a dog places a paw on another dog, it can be a display of dominance or self-confidence. Some experts believe that similar behavior toward humans may have a similar subtext. That is, by placing a paw on you, the dog may be trying to show its status or test boundaries. However, you should not immediately worry that your pet is trying to become the leader in the house. Context is extremely important. If the dog places its paw calmly, without tension, and other signs of dominant behavior, most likely it is simply a way to establish contact, not an attempt to dominate. Many dog owners are familiar with this situation when a pet places a paw on the hand precisely at the moment when petting stops. This is a classic example of how a dog uses its paw for a request. "Do not stop, continue petting me." Dogs quickly learn that such behavior effectively attracts attention and often leads to the desired result. But our four-legged friends may not only be asking for affection with their paws. Sometimes it can be a request for food, a walk, or play. Again, context is critically important here. If the dog places a paw on you near the food bowl or door, it is most likely communicating its specific needs. Interestingly, some dog breeds are particularly inclined to use paws for communication. For example, Huskies are known for their talkativeness, not only with their voice, but also with their paws. They often use paws to attract attention or express their desires. Retrievers, especially golden and Labrador retrievers, are also famous for their habit of placing a paw on a person as a sign of affection. At the same time, terriers and some hunting breeds may use this gesture less frequently, preferring other ways of communication. This is related both to genetic characteristics and to the purposes for which the breeds were originally bred. However, it is important to remember that each dog is an individual, and its behavior may differ from what is typical for the breed. A paw touch does not always have a positive subtext. Sometimes dogs use this gesture when they experience anxiety, fear, or discomfort. If your pet places a paw on you during a thunderstorm, fireworks, or a visit to the veterinarian, it is most likely seeking comfort and protection. In such moments, it is important to understand that the dog is turning to you as a source of security. You can notice the difference between a confident paw touch and a touch caused by anxiety. In the first case, the paw rests calmly and the dog appears relaxed. In the second case, other signs of stress may be observed: rapid breathing, trembling, anxious gaze, flattened ears. Understanding these nuances will help you respond correctly to your pet's needs. Your reaction to a paw touch can significantly influence the dog's behavior in the future. If every time a dog places a paw on you, you give it attention, a treat, or fulfill its wish, you reinforce this behavior. The dog learns, if I put my paw on a human, I will get what I want. This is neither good nor bad, just a learning mechanism that is worth considering. If you want to encourage such behavior, continue to respond positively to it. If, however, paw touches become too frequent or intrusive, you can gently redirect the dog's attention to another activity or teach it alternative ways of communication. To correctly read your pet's paw language, it is necessary to pay attention to the overall context: time, place, accompanying behavior. All of this provides clues to understanding the true meaning of the gesture. For example, if a dog places a paw on you in the morning, it is most likely reminding you about a walk or breakfast. If the same gesture occurs in the evening when you are relaxing on the couch, it may simply be a desire for closeness. Also observe other body signals: the position of the tail, ears, expression in the eyes. All of this together creates a complete picture of what your four-legged friend is trying to communicate. Over time, you will begin to notice patterns and better understand your dog's unique vocabulary. It is especially interesting to observe how a dog's paw language changes with age. Puppies often use their paws more chaotically, energetically, literally speaking with their entire body. With age, many dogs become more restrained and purposeful in their gestures. Older dogs may use paw touching more consciously, knowing exactly what reaction it will evoke. It is worth noting that some dogs rarely use paws for communication at all, preferring to express their needs and emotions in other ways, with voice, gaze, or body position. This does not mean that such dogs are less attached to their owners or less sociable. They simply have a different style of conversation. Surprisingly, research shows that dogs can adapt their communication style to a specific person. If they notice that a certain person responds better to certain signals, they will more often use precisely those signals. This is further evidence of the high social intelligence of our four-legged companions. Some professional dog trainers even use dogs' natural tendency to place a paw for teaching useful commands. For example, the command, "Give me your paw," is based on this natural behavior. More advanced tricks, such as hug or high five, are also based on the dog's ability to use paws for interacting with humans. Among other things, touching with a paw can be a manifestation of empathy, the dog's ability to sense a person's emotional state. Research shows that dogs are capable of recognizing human emotions and responding to them. If you are sad or feeling unwell, your pet may place a paw on you as comfort and support. Many dog owners tell stories about how their pets intuitively sensed their emotional state and offered moral support precisely when it was needed most. This is one manifestation of that special connection that has formed between dog and human over thousands of years of joint evolution. Summarizing our immersion into paw language, we can say that when a dog places a paw on you, it is a multifaceted gesture that can mean different things depending on the situation. It can be a manifestation of love, a request for attention, an expression of anxiety, testing boundaries, or simply a way to establish physical contact. It is important to consider the overall context and other body signals to correctly interpret your pet's message. The better you understand your dog's language, the more harmonious your relationship will be. It is a kind of communication dance in which both partners gradually adapt to each other and learn to understand each other's signals. What do you think? How does your dog use its paws to communicate with you? Does it have any special, unique ways to attract your attention or express its feelings? Share your observations and stories in the comments below. Let us create a collection of canine dialects together. If you liked this video and learned something new about your four-legged friend, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell to receive notifications about new videos. Share this video with dog-owning friends. Perhaps it will help them better understand their pets. In upcoming episodes, we will continue to reveal the mysteries of canine communication and examine other interesting aspects of our four-legged friends' behavior. As they say, understanding is the first step to harmony, and our dogs definitely deserve for us to understand them as well as possible. Until new meetings in the amazing world of dog language, paws up for attention.